Hey homegirl, welcome to the Girl Just Heal podcast, where together we learn how to navigate our healing journeys in a way that challenges us to destroy limits and break down walls that have been keeping us subject to our trauma. I am your host, your favorite homegirl, Neimoya Basden, and just like you, I am on this healing journey, navigating the ups and downs of this thing called life, while simultaneously allowing God to usher me right into the place where He wants me to be. So get comfy, grab your journal, and let's talk about all the ways we can heal, grow, and evolve together. Hey homegirls, welcome to the Girl Just Heal podcast. I'm Neimoya Basden, and Chad, listen. So how are you doing? How are you healing? How are you feeling? Drop me a comment in the comment section. It is time for our weekly check-in. Y'all already know I love to read y'all comments. I love to hear from y'all. So drop it down in the comment section. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and leave your homegirl a review on the podcast. And also make sure you leave a 5-star rating. I truly appreciate y'all so much. Before we get into this episode good, I just want to take a moment to say happy Juneteenth to all my fellow homegirls and homeboys who are African American, y'all. This is a day that we celebrate slavery ending in the United States. And this is something that, we should take pride in. We should celebrate this. This is a day for us. Make sure you looking it up. I have been doing a lot of research on Juneteenth myself, but just make sure that somewhere in your day with however you are celebrating, you just look it up and get yourself more familiar with Juneteenth, what it stands for, what it means, and all of that, so that you can have the knowledge and not only just celebrate this as a holiday or a day off work, but actually knowing the history behind the day. This actually didn't become a federal holiday until 2021. So it's still fairly new. So just make sure that you know all of the things, okay? Crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's when it comes to Juneteenth. If you are catching the visuals on YouTube, I got on my Juneteenth attire, okay? Like I had to do it. I had to do it for my fellow homegirls and homeboys who are just like me, African American, and together we are celebrating this day. So I had to do it. If you're not on YouTube, you got to come over and look at the fit. I mean, I got the accessories. Baby, I got the whole 9, okay? Baby, look, let me tell you something. All right, I done did it up for Juneteenth. But y'all, I can't even lie. So today makes me feel like, even in this attire, it's a song by Cynthia Erivo. I'm not going to sing all of it. I'm going to just sing a portion of it. And, just vibe with me. So it just says, gonna stand up. Take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river, can you hear freedom calling? Calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on. I can feel it in my bones. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this episode. But once again, happy Juneteenth to you all. I love y'all, and celebrate as much as you can today. Have a really good time. And yeah, so I love y'all so much. So a couple homegirl announcements. Y'all know the prayer cards are still available on the website. We have homegirl merch available on the website. So make sure you go to girljustheal.com to secure your things. Also, the Girl Just Heal conference is happening September 2024. Y'all, we getting close to that deadline for them tickets. So I'm going to need for y'all to go ahead and get your tickets. Homegirls have been emailing, asking, is it too late? No, as of today, June 19th, 2024, it is not too late for you to get your conference ticket, but you want to act fast because the deadline is approaching. We have to cut the deadline off just so we can make sure that everything is in place before the conference. So I would hate for you to miss out. So if you don't got your ticket, homegirl, go ahead and get your ticket, okay? Go ahead and get your ticket. You will not be disappointed. We're going to have such an amazing time. I was speaking to some of the people who are on the lineup to do things for the conference. They are so excited. They are pumped. They are ready. And we are just believing God to move mightily in the Girl Just Heal conference. And I know that He's going to do it. I'm just so ready. Like, that's all I can say is I'm so ready. I don't think I've ever been so ready for an event that I've done as I am for Girl Just Heal Conference. And I am just even thinking about Girl Just Heal Conference 2025. If the Lord says the same, like we gonna do it up even more. So make sure you are at Girl Just Heal Conference 2024 because we will have special announcements about next year's conference, all of that. Like you're gonna be amazed. And it's not virtual. It's not virtual. I still have homegirls reaching out, asking me if it's going to be a virtual option. This year, there will not be a virtual option. You got to be in the room to get all of the goods. And when I tell you the goods, I mean the goods, okay? You have to be in the room. But with all that said, just make sure you go to girljustheal.com, purchase your ticket to the Girl Just Heal Conference, and I can't wait to meet you in the room, home girl. So now we are going to really get into the things of this episode. And so we are going to do a homegirl shout out. So this one is coming from Instagram, so I'm not going to say her name, but she says, I fell upon your podcast and haven't looked back since. I'm at a point in my life where God is calling my name amongst the waters, but I am afraid to put my toe in. Public speaking and motivating have always been something that I loved. Seeing you do your thing and walk in your purpose is truly inspiring me to keep going. See you at the top. Period, homegirl. When I read that last line, I'm like, okay, I love it. I love the confidence. I love all of that. I love you speaking it into existence. She say, see you at the top. And I do want to read my response to her only because I know that if she feels like this, it's a lot of girls who feel like God is calling me to do something, but I'm afraid to step outside and do it. Like I'm afraid to put my toe in the water. I'm afraid to put some skin in the game because I don't know what's ahead. I don't know what's coming. I don't know how I'm going to pull this off. I don't even know if I'm qualified. I ain't got nothing that's in line to tell me that I'm the one for the job. And so I want to read my response because just like her, if you feel like her, then my response to her is going to apply to you as well. And I told her, I said, step out on faith and let God do the rest. He will never lead you into territory that he hasn't already prepared for you and prepared you for. Listen, homegirl, I'm going to read that line again. God will never lead you into territory that he hasn't already prepared for you and prepared you for. So stay the course and watch God blow your mind. And I want to encourage you, as well as I encourage this homegirl, to just keep on keeping on. Stay the course, move forward. God already knows what you need. And even if you don't feel like you are prepared right now for that next level, guess what? When you get there, it's still preparation that can happen while you walking into the door that God has for you. I didn't start Girl Just Heal knowing everything. I didn't start Girl Just Heal having everything that I needed. I even look back to the very first podcast episode. And over the months, and even over this year, I can see how much I have evolved. But I also think about what if I didn't start last year when I didn't have everything, when I didn't feel qualified, when I didn't feel like God called me to do this, when I didn't feel like anybody wanted to hear what I had to say, when I didn't feel like I had what it takes to get this thing started. What if I would not have started? But now I look at me and I'm like, even through me starting through those months of me walking in what God called me to do, he was still preparing me and giving me the tools and strategies and resources and things that I needed. He was strengthening me through it all. Through it all, God was already strengthening me. He was already building character in me. He was already helping me evolve and grow in areas I needed to grow in. But what if I wouldn't have started? So if you feel like God is tugging at your heart to do something, if you feel like God is calling you to do something, baby, step out on faith and do it. Listen to me when I tell you, step out on faith and do it, because God gonna blow your mind every time. When you step out and do it, God is going to blow your mind, even today. And we've been doing Girl Just Heal now for over a year. God continues to blow my mind. Sometimes I don't know where the strength comes from to do it, but I get it done. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to say, but God give me the words to say. God really be steering our paths, and he guides our paths, and he steer the boat only if we let him. But he can't do none of that if you don't step out and just put your feet in the water. It's okay. Yes, you may fail. Failing is a part of the process. Yes, you may feel inadequate. That's human nature. Sometimes we're going to feel like that. And my thing is, this is what I say. Now, this is my opinion. It's really not a proven fact, but if you are, Christian and you've been in church and you have been able to have a relationship with God and you kind of know how God operates, my thing is when it feels the most uncomfortable and it feels like you can't do it, that's how you know you're right where God needs you to be. Because you can't do it on your own strength. You are relying solely on him to do whatever it is that he got to do so that he can see you through it. And so whenever you get these little tugs at your heart to do certain things, whenever you get these tugs at your heart to step out on faith, just step out on faith. It don't matter if you ain't got the money in your pocket. Baby, use the resources that you have. When I started Girl Just Heal podcast, I did not have all this equipment. I have one of my nephews, my oldest nephew, he came up to my house and he was using some of my equipment to do some of his things that he liked to do. And he was like, man, TT Moya, like you got all this expensive stuff. And when he said that, in my mind, like the only thing I could say was, yeah, but I ain't start here. Like I did not start having all of this stuff. I started with some Amazon cheap microphone. Like I'm telling you, my setup was very minute when I started Girl Just Heal. And I've been able to evolve and to grow. But what if I would have been afraid to step out because I felt like I didn't have everything I needed, because I didn't have all the equipment? My videos didn't look like everybody else's videos. Everybody else had the aesthetics. They had the backgrounds. They had all of the things. They had the lights. They had just everything. They had a team of people who was helping them. And here I was, a solo act. And still to this day, we've been a year into Girl Just Heal, and still to this day, I'm doing it all by myself. But I'm really not doing it by myself because I got God. Because I trusted him enough to know that if he lead me to the water, then he gonna provide. He gonna make sure that I never thirst. Oh my goodness. If he lead me to it, he gonna make sure I never lack in anything. Yes, it may get hard. Yes, you may get frustrated a little bit. Yes, you may even be like, Lord, I'm ready for a team. But in the end, God has already equipped you with what you needed to get the job done. And for me, God continues to do it. But he only could do it if I stepped out on faith and started. So I want to encourage you to step out on faith and start. Whoever this is for, because we weren't supposed to talk about this. I had something planned, but we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that in another episode. But we are going to get into the prayer card. I pray that you receive that message, and I pray that you step out on faith and just do it, even if you are afraid, and know that God has already prepared the room for you, and he's already prepared you for the room, baby. All he waiting on you to do is take the first step, put one foot in front of the other, and just keep on going. Keep walking through it. Keep walking through whatever it is you need to walk through. Keep walking through whatever it is you need to go through. Just all of the things. You keep on going. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't be afraid. Don't cast yourself down. Listen to me. Do not talk yourself out of your own blessings, because God is waiting for you. And he got so much waiting for you. He waiting for you to start, and he got so much waiting for you. That's why it feels like it's just this massive tug at you. You know who you are, and you know what's going on. And that's why you feeling the way that you're feeling right now, because God is like, I'm waiting on you. I already got it set up. I'm just waiting on you to walk in it. So y'all, let's go ahead and get into the most favorite part of this episode. We gonna get into it. Y'all know I cannot end the episode or get off an episode without doing this. So y'all know what time it is. It is time for the prayer cards. Prayer cards. It is time for the prayer cards. Prayer cards. 8. Prayer cards. Prayer cards. 8. It's time for the prayer cards, y'all. And Although we kind of went backwards today, we usually do the prayer card first. That's all right. As long as we get it in, we're going to do this prayer card and let's just see the confirmation that comes with it. Let's just see what's going to happen with this prayer card. I can't wait. All right. So today's scripture comes from Psalm 23, verse 4. Oh, my. Y'all. Okay, it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Yea, though I am afraid to step out on faith, I will fear no evil. I ain't fearing none of that. Y'all listen, this is confirmation, y'all. This is confirmation. I want to go to the amplified version of this scripture though. This is Psalm chapter 23, verse 4. And let's go to the Amplified version. I don't know, honey, but that was confirmation to me. Listen, that is confirmation. So Amplified version says, even though I walk through the sunless valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod to protect and your staff to guide. Oh my goodness. They comfort and console me. Your rod to protect. So when I step out on faith, God, you are protecting me and your staff to guide me. Not only are you protecting me, but you are guiding me. Even though I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, even though I feel like I'm not qualified, I know that yea, though I walk through all of those fears, yea, though I walk through being afraid to step out on faith, you are there with me to protect me and to guide me. Listen. Oh my goodness. Listen, it says, I fear no evil, for you are with me. I'm not fearing nothing. I'm not fearing what other people say. Girl, you know you ain't qualified to do that. Girl, now you know ain't nobody gonna listen to you if you step out and do that. People gonna look at you like you crazy. I'm not fearing any of that because I know that God is there to protect me and guide me. And if he's tugging at my heart, if he's telling me to do something, baby, my God gonna make a way. All right. My God gonna make a way. That would be, if I were you, that would be my answer to every negative thing that people try to say when you step out on faith is my God gonna make a way. That's it. My God is gonna make a way. Listen. Whew. Oh my goodness. Y'all bookmark Psalm chapter 23, verse 4. That is it for this episode, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming back week after week for another episode of the Girl Just Heal podcast. I appreciate all the support. I love y'all, and I just want to take a moment to tell y'all thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know I tell y'all a lot. I do. I really do. And I can't help it. I honestly can't help it because y'all continue to show up. Y'all continue to support and do all of the things, and y'all keep me going. So I really, really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and close out with the Girl Just Heal mantra. Y'all know how we gonna do. We gonna take a deep breath in and out. That's just releasing all of the cares of this week, of today, of a couple weeks ago, last month, anything that has come back into your mind to trigger you or to make you feel bad and sad and depressed and frustrated. We are just releasing all of that off. And together we are going to repeat the Girl Just Heal mantra. If you can drop in and close your eyes, I would encourage you to do that so that you can really sit and resonate and identify with this mantra. And the Girl Just Heal mantra is, I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. I accept myself for who I am. I free myself from all fear. And today, I choose to heal. So thank you so much, homegirl, for tuning in to this week's episode of the Girl Just Heal podcast. I'm your favorite homegirl, Neimoya Basden. And until we speak again, girl, just heal. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Girl Just Heal podcast. Be sure to connect with us on social media at Girl Just Heal. And if you need an extra dose of support during your healing journey,
Join our private Facebook community where we can continue to heal, grow, and evolve together.